Greetings everyone, I'm Kevin and today I'm going to go through the books that I'm going to read for Valentines-a-thon. So for Valentines-a-thon there's this beautiful bingo board and I am team red, so you can see there are red squares, but the aim of the game is to get a bingo. So in order to get a bingo you have to do like 3 in a row, vertically, horizontally, or diagonally, which means that I will give points to the white and pink team. But I have picked a book for each of the prompts. So for each square I have a book. So I'm just going to go through all of them. So there are 9 books in total because 3 times 3. And the first square is pink. And it is Candy Hearts pink on the cover, and for that I chose something to talk about. This is a female-female romance where an actress and her assistant gets photographed on a red carpet and it becomes like this whole thing and rumors spread that they're in a relationship and da-da-da-da-da. Yeah, so I'm excited to get to this. Next we have a white square and it is Cupid. And the prompt is LGBT+. And I chose Date Me Bryson Keller. It's set in a school. So Bryson Keller is considered like one of the most hot students at the school. And he has this kind of like dare that if someone, the first person in a week that asks him out, he will accept. So that's kind of like a dare that's going around, and yeah, that's the gist of it, and it is male, so you can kind of see where it's going. I'm excited to get to this. The next square is a red square, which is perfect because I'm team red, so the more red squares the better, but there are only 3 on the board, so but I'm team red. And the first red square is Bundle of Roses and it is Enemies to Lovers. And so for this prompt I chose Recommended for You by Laura Silverman. I'm really excited about this because it's set in a bookstore, which, like, yes please. And the 2 characters, the 2 main characters, are kind of rivals to lovers, and it's this kind of thing that in the bookstore, if you're the employee that sells the most books, you get a bonus, a holiday bonus or something like that. And this girl wants it, but the only one standing in her way is this guy, so yes. The next square on the board, which is on row 2, is another red square, so thank you. And it is Daydream, and the prompt is Dreamy Character. And I chose Check Please book 2 Sticks and Scones, and I read the first one and it's just, this book will wreck me. Like I can feel it that this will ruin me. Like the emotions I will feel will just, I will like it will destroy me. Let's just say that. The first book was just so special to me because I'm queer, I love hockey, and it's just such a beautiful story. Also, I love romance, so can't go wrong with that. And it was hilarious. It was so heartfelt and heartwarming. It was just so amazing. And I can't wait to get to this, which is the sequel, and I am just so excited for this. The next square on the board is the middle square, which is a pink square, and it is Love in the Air, and the prompt is Love in the title. And for this I chose I Believe in a Thing Called Love by Maureen Gu. It says right there, love. And I don't really know that much about this other than that it's a romance and it has to do with like K-drama. I love K-drama, and just the first line on the back says, can she find her way to true love, K-drama style? And I'm like, yes please, give this to me, I want to read this. It just sounds amazing and I am all for it. So this is the one that I chose for Love in the title. So yes. Then we have another white square, and this time it's rom-com, which is a story that will make you cry. And So for this prompt, a story that I think will make me cry, I chose Last Night at the Telegraph Club, which I am so excited to get to this. This was one of my most anticipated releases of 2021, and I'm just so happy it got to me. Like, I received it last week, and I just so thrilled that I got it. And it's set in, I think it's set in, yeah, it's set in mid-1950s America. It's a female romance. One of the main characters is Chinese. She lives in Chinatown, and she finds this telegraph club, which I think is kind of like a gay club of 1950s. From what I've heard about it and read about it is that it kind of, for our main character who is Chinese, who lives in Chinatown, that she has to deal with the cultural aspect of her identity and her family's assumptions and expectations for who she is. That she's kind of hiding being queer and falling in love with a woman. I definitely think this will make me cry. Like, no doubt about it, this will make me cry. I know it. Also, this cover is gorgeous. Like, look at it. Then we're down to the last row, and the first square is pink. It's teddy bear, and the prompt is fluffy contemporary. So I chose Star-Crossed by Barbara D. This has one of my favorite things, Shakespeare references. They have this like 8th grade play, and it's going to be Romeo and Juliet, and one of our main characters, or our main girl, she struggles with, can you have a crush on a girl and a boy? Like, how does that work? And she has this crush on the girl playing Juliet, and when the guy who plays Romeo can't, for whatever reason, play Romeo, our main girl has to step up and play Romeo against the girl she has a crush on. And I just think this is going to be really cute. So I picked this for fluffy contemporary because I think it's going to be very fluffy and very contemporary. The next square is a white square, and it is Candlelights, and the prompt is steamy romance. And everything that I know about what is steamy romance is that it has something to do with sex. And I was just like, I cannot really do that, like, no. So I went for something a little bit more literal. So for steamy romance, I chose a book, a romance book that I think could burn. Because, like, steamy, you know, when something burns, it gets steamy. You understand what I mean? And the book that I chose is All the Rivers by Dori Rabinian, and this is a story set in Israel, and it is a forbidden romance between an Israeli woman and a Palestinian man. And Dori Rabinian is Israeli. That's kind of everything that I know going into it, but kind of an Israeli-Palestinian romance, I feel like that could essentially burn, because there are just a lot of issues going with that conflict. I think it has that kind of element that it could burn, it could crash and burn, you know, so steamy, because it could burn. Then we're down to the last square, and it is a red square. It's Saint Valentine, and the prompt is fantasy or supernatural paranormal romance. And I chose Gumiu, Wicked Fox by Kat Cho. Everything that I know about this is that our main character, this girl, Gumyung, is a Gumiu, which is kind of like a shape-shifting fox woman, is what I understand that it is. And that's all I know, because I don't want to know more. I don't need to know more. And I look forward to getting to this. So here are all the books that I'm going to read for Valentines-a-thon. Valentines-a-thon is from the 10th of February to the 15th. And I have a mix of romance books to read. A graphic novel, several contemporaries, several queer books and some historical, some paranormal, and yeah, I think this will be very like, I'm really looking forward to this. In the description box, I will leave all the information you need to know about Valentines-a-thon. I will link the creators of Valentines-a-thon and the Twitter account, so you can just go down there and check those out. That was it for this video. I hope you enjoyed, and please leave a like if you do, and yeah, I will see you next week for Valentines-a-thon. Good reading. Bye.